All right, so I'm glad to present after lunch because everything is just a little bit lighter and we're all digesting. So if I make a mistake, nobody will really hear me because the blood's rushed to your stomach. Education and Research Committee update. Just going to sort of tell you where we're at, what we're doing. There's some big things that we are moving towards, and quite a few of our announcements come here at Vancouver, so just keeping in with the tradition. One of the biggest things we've done over the last few months, year, most of you may be aware that CanBIM and Building Smart have come closer and closer together as organizations recently, but the education committees have been working closely for over a year now in terms of aligning educational learning outcome frameworks across the country for academic institutions and trainers, and working together with what's coming down from Building Smart International with respect to the certification. So we're leveraging the bulk of work that we've done for the last 4 years with respect to educational incentives and initiatives across the country. We're also leveraging the strength of, as Scott just said, our certification programs, which have become extremely more and more popular. Distinctively, the structure of our certification program is fairly unique globally. We focus heavily on the professional element rather than strictly training, although they do come hand in hand together. So we're leveraging the components of everything we've been doing with Building Smart Canada as we're moving forward very nicely to combining our efforts in a very, very solid manner. I'm hoping, over the next few weeks, by the end of the year at the very least, we have something substantial to move forward from where we are already, which has already been substantial. So as Scott mentioned, the role that the Education and Research Committee at CanBIM does, one of the key initiatives we have is our certification programs. I've spoken to them about them many times here in Vancouver, so I've truncated my standard presentation. It isn't necessary to go through everything, but I do want to talk about some of the, as I said, the highlights and some of the changes. Professionally, we do have still our 4-tiered levels, but we've begun to distill them accordingly, where we are, in essence, going to be strictly founding our professional certification on professional experience. And we've created something called pre-professional as an unofficial term, and professional as an unofficial term, where we're beginning to really work closely with the educational institutions in developing foundations in BIM and VDC and digital process, in theory, software, and 2 management levels. Anybody that's strictly done the coursing without doing any professional experience will qualify for those foundations. In fact, I think some of the vendors here, there's SolidCAD, who has had their courses certified, and we'll talk about that in a second. Taking those courses gets you the foundations, and then your professional experience coupled with those foundations just progresses you up the hypothetical stairwell there that we see: intermediate, proficient, and advanced. As of right now, we've 260 national and international certifications to date as of today, and you see the breakdown there: 64 level 1, 131 level 2s, 2.5 is 2, level 3 38, and 25 certified professionals. Our company certification is also now picking up steam as we begin to get more and more individuals certified. To date, to this minute, there are 4 certified companies across Canada at level 1, and we still are working on our level 2 company certification, which again, hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have that again in place. And I believe there's going to be maybe another company certification later today, or at the end of my presentation at least. Educationally, again, very strong. We've got a number of certified programs and courses across the country. We have a few, one in progress right now, and we have a few pending. So these courses will be the ones that lead to the foundation certification for students, practitioners who may take just the course before actually jumping full speed into the process of BIM. So these will all qualify for foundations, and we also have the certification of training providers and in-house corporate training. We've got quite a few there as it grows and grows, a number of certified courses, and some pending applications as well that we're working towards. Educationally, we've, again, to facilitate and streamline the effort in the academic institutions and the training providers, we've introduced two new application processes. I'm sorry, I'll step back a little bit. We've introduced, for anybody that's worked in the City of Toronto and has done a fast track application for a building permit, this fast track will actually work. City of Toronto tells you fast track and it's quite slow. What we're doing is anybody who takes a certified course that we've already reviewed, you apply in fast track process in our online system, which should be up and running shortly. You will receive your certification within 10 days of making the application, if you've done a certified course and completed the course and provide the documentation. Rather than doing the long form, it's a shorter form, shorter list of information. You have your certification in 10 days rather than waiting for a regional session, which is when we normally do it. And we're excited about this new process called Integrated Pathway to Certification. Again, certified programs or extensive courseware that offers components or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 courses over a determined period of time. We're presenting the option to these institutions and trainers that they basically register their students with us when the student starts, and we work out the paperwork and the logistics, and by the time the student completes the project, graduates, they receive their academic credential or training credential from the institution, and at the same time receive their certification from CANBIM. So we've integrated it into the process, and we are going to be working towards our first one being live and active fairly soon. So that's open to any institution that wants their courseware. Again, it can't just be one course, it's got to be a series of courses or a program, where upon completion they receive both their credentials. So we're excited about those. It'll help streamline a lot of the process that we've painstakingly been going through up until now. And this is another big thing that we're pretty happy about. And I mentioned we're working together with Building Smart Canada. And our goal now, as we've come together in a more robust manner, is to really create a Canadian certification. I called it here just certification in Canada because we don't really know what to call it right now. But basically what the plan is to leverage the growth and success of the CANBIM certification program, which has been around for about 4 years now, almost 300 certified individuals, and quite a few that are pending. And we're going to take that, and Building Smart International has created a framework for a certification program where they have qualifications for individuals that have taken courses, and then something they also call professional certification. They've empowered their chapters, such as Building Smart Canada, to develop Canadian content, which we are now working on. And the idea that the Building Smart Canada Education Committee and the CANBIM Education Committee will use what CANBIM has done thus far, add it to the components that we're working on together, and create basically one Canadian certification. So anything that's CANBIM certified will stay CANBIM certified and become Canadian certified, whatever that terminology will be. And there will be a joint certification recognized in Canada, with the intention of creating reciprocity with Building Smart International. So what we do, our goal is to come together on a Canadian level using what we've done thus far, but also doing it in such a way that anybody who receives or is at that joint certification has the opportunity to pursue at a further level or advanced application level with Building Smart International's program. So you could go directly to BSI to do it, or you start from Canada and there will be a reciprocal agreement in place where our Canadian certification will be recognized across the pond at Building Smart International. So we're working on that. We're hammering out the details. Again, I'm going to repeat, hopefully by the end of the year. Thank you, Brent. He gave me the thumbs up, so my day is done. So the highlight, I guess, at this point, we have our certification ceremony. We have a few of our individuals here that have become certified, received their certification. We'd like to present them with their certificate and give them all a huge round of applause when they pick it up. We had 65 applications for this round, and I believe 16 of which have been issued. When they are not issued, they're either deferred or well, they're deferred for, we ensure that they're scrutinized properly, and if there is any element that doesn't meet the submission requirement, we defer it and the individual has an opportunity to resubmit for the next, excuse me, for the next round. So we have 17 certifications that were issued professionally for this round, and we owe a lot to, you know, Scott said that there's an effort involved in creating this. Well, our assessors are need to be thanked as well. They take a lot of time to review all the applications, provide feedback, and ensure that the quality of what the certification represents is maintained. And we have our certification panels made up of directors of CanBIM as well as general membership, and they're all certified at the highest level of CP. So Scott was one of our assessors. Actually, he's been for a while now. Paul Loretto, Brent and Ian Trudeau, Brent Mowdy as the directors of CanBIM, and a general membership is George Economakis, Magdalena Odienek, and Carl Villette. One thing I want to mention is anytime a conflict of interest may present itself between our assessors and the applicants, it's all reviewed before it gets to the assessor, so the assessors never see their potential conflict of interest applications. So I just want to clarify that, because you will see some IBI certifications, some BIRD certifications, and that's it out of that group, I believe. So we'll move forward now. Our level 1 certification, we had 4 individuals that reached that point this time around: Brenda Coates, Julian Lum-Smith, Michael Edward Martin, and Melissa Perry. And I should know who's here. 1 second. None? Okay, so that's good. Oh, I want to call up our VP, Bruce, who will be doing the honors, I believe, handing out the documents. You'll hand them to him? Can I read them? Read them first, yeah. This is down pat. We've got this memorized. Level 2 tends to be one of our largest approvals. Level 2 seems to be one of the more popular ones. And I believe out of the 11 we have there today, Japeth Bondak, level 2. Congratulations.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have a 2.5, which level 2.5 are individuals that have worked through a higher level program in BIM, something that really targets all the markets, all the targets, hits all the targets, has done a practicum or a work component to it, and I'm happy to say we have our second one to have achieved that level through a program out of Spain called Ziggurat that is CanBIM certified. And this gentleman is from Brazil. I'm going to do my best to pronounce the name. George, you're laughing at me already, and I haven't even started. Mr. Carvalho, how's that? How about you come up and pick up your certificate? Level 3, 2 individuals this time around, Robert Alzuarde from Bird Construction and Neil Kemp, and I'm happy to say that Robert is here. Robert, congratulations. And our last, the CP level, which is the highest level, sorry, I went backwards, is John Kevin Golden from Michigan, Royal York, IBI. Congratulations. And he's not here, but we congratulate him regardless. Our company certification. As I said earlier, we have level 1 at the moment. We have 4 companies currently certified, and we're happy to say that today we have our 5th joining the group. Company certification for level 1 is an instantaneous recognition or immediate recognition for any company that has at least 1 employee certified at each of the 4 professional levels. And today, I'd like to call up George Economakis from Bird. He's pushed the initiative at Bird to get his people certified at all the different levels, and today Bird has made it up to that company level 1 certification. It's great when we can actually do this and have somebody here from each of the 3 programs: professional picking up their certificates, company picking up their certificates, and educational as well. So moving on to the educational, George Brown College's School of Construction Management, Angela Del Zotto School of Construction Management, started introducing BIM a number of years ago, and arguably, not because I work there, but arguably I would say in what we've reviewed over the last 4 years of programs is probably one of the top notch. I compare it to some of the international ones that have come across. It has really done had a significant impact on the development of curriculum and the individuals that come out to feed the industry in Toronto and across Canada. Again, I'm happy to say that I'm at George Brown. I'm close to this program. I was involved at the beginning with the chair, Clint Cassoon, to get it going. So it's a little sense of satisfaction for me to be able to say that today the Building Information Modeling Management Postgraduate Certificate Program has achieved CAN-BIM Educational Level 3.0, which is the highest educational certification you can achieve for a program, which then corresponds to the Professional 2.5, which Mr. Carvalho just received. So at this time, I'd like to ask Clint Cassoon to come up to receive his certificate. Congrats. Well, I'm done, but I think I've got 11 more minutes in silence. I'm just going to stand up here. How's that? Are there any questions on any of this? You can track me down later, and Scott's going to chase me off the stage. I could sing, I guess.
Tell them one of your stories of Dudley the dog.
Which one?
Dudley the dog.
No, I'll let you tell them that story. Thank you for your attention, for your time. If you have any questions, please come and ask me questions. We'd love to have more of you certified, get you more involved with the committee if you like. We're going to be growing the committee soon. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully we'll all have a drink together tonight at the reception.
Right on. Thank you.
Thanks.